One of the biggest shareholders of CBS has written to the company's board saying it should only proceed with a deal for Viacom if certain terms can be agreed on. We're joined now by the man who broke that news, our Bloomberg senior deals reporter, Ed Hammond. So, Ed, tell us a little bit more about what is up in the air here.
Yeah, so it's a fairly scathing letter, very extensive as well, where the shareholder really gives a sort of laundry list of things that they think are problematic with this potential CBS Viacom merger. And specifically, they really call out Shari Redstone and say, really be a dictator here at your peril. Even though the shareholders do not have huge voting power, obviously the Redstone family have, I think 80% of the voting power across the two companies. This shareholder is saying, really, you need to recognize that there are a lot of very interested economic shareholders here and that they should be given some say in any overall transaction.
Who's the shareholder?
That we do not know at this point, just that they're a top 10 shareholder in CBS.
Show me the money. If that's what they're saying. Because they're saying, look, why should CBS bail out a poorer performing Viacom at this stage? They
say exactly that, and actually they're pretty down on the whole idea of the Viacom merger. They say coming to the rescue of a weakly positioned, poorly executing, over-levered Viacom is not CBS's burden, which does not sound like the kind of thing you would want your shareholders to be saying in support.
And they came up with a low bid. I mean, it was so bizarre.
Is the idea that such a deal would be sort of a bailout of Viacom prevalent among analysts and people who look at the prospects of this deal?
Yeah, and that's definitely where the shareholders coming down, saying that really, this is Shari Redstone putting together her good assets with her bad assets to become supreme leader of a sort of mediocre enlarged company. And he's saying, why do we as CBS even want to do this? And actually, the shareholders say CBS should be exploring a sale to other companies. They should not necessarily just be looking at Viacom as the only merger option here. They would be an attractive standalone asset and potentially a takeout.
And who should run it, assuming that the nice price is paid?
Well, this is the real question at the moment that apparently is sort of sticking the deal. So, obviously, Viacom are keen to have their guy, Bakish, come in and be the number 2 under Moonves. Moonves wants to take his own guy, Iannello. And the shareholders here are saying, look, if the CBS management team is in any way diluted as part of this merger, we, CBS shareholders, should be given a premium. We should be given some extra cash to compensate us for effectively having to give up what we think is a real stellar management team.
Okay, so we said that this is one of the top 10 shareholders. Do we presume that other shareholders feel the same way?
We could presume that there are some other shareholders that feel the same way. What we don't know is if, this shareholder is speaking just for themselves or if they're speaking for a larger group at the moment.
Is there anything unreasonable in what we're reading here?
There's nothing really unreasonable. I mean, as I say, some of the language is fairly salty in terms of saying that Viacom is really a dog of a company. But no, I think they make some well-argued points. They're talking really about value. They're talking about management. And they're talking about the problems that are inherent in a dual-class stock, where you have lots of investment, lots of money on the line, but you actually have no power to say what you want.
Yes.
And it's something that Chris Ailman was talking about when it came to Facebook as well. This, the fact that shareholders don't have very much power because they can't vote for anything.
Yes.
And what would be CBS's response if they were to make the case that, no, this is a good idea? What would be the counter-argument?
The counter-argument, well, it would be Viacom's response, I suppose, to say, we would accept this lower than market offer, which currently they're not wanting to take. They're actually saying to bump. CBS, from what we understand, are very keen to, if the companies do merge, they are very keen for Moonves and Iannello to stay on. They believe them to be the best management to run the combined co. But I also think it's important that CBS, at this point, does not have to do this deal. CBS has great prospects as a standalone company, and, as this shareholder points out, would probably be an attractive takeout target to, any number of other players in the media landscape.